I'm so
It's very hot, yes.
It's so hot in here, especially under these lights. It's like, no, I'm good.
How big of a fan were you before this season?
You know, I wouldn't say I'm a super fan. I'm not a Shireen, I'm not a Dan, but I love the game. I've watched it. I remember the very first season. I watched it with my family. So I would say I'm absolutely a fan of it.
This finale felt kind of different than the others. It was more like an episode of Maury Povich with all of the drama. And what's your relationship with Dan like today? Because you guys landed a couple times.
Right. You know, it's so hard to remember the way I felt in the game because I've had 7-8 months to build these genuine, real relationships with people, and I love Dan, without a doubt. I mean, granted, I didn't like his apology and the way he like approached me and did things, but Dan is a really good man. He might not say things in the right way, but his intentions are 100% well.
You made a 5th place, which is really good. If you had been in the final 3 with, let's say, Will and Rodney, do you think you could have beat that?
Absolutely. I mean, if you would have said Carolyn and Mike, I maybe would have had a little hesitance, but I do. What you didn't see was I had real relationships with every single player out there. I spent a lot of time with everyone. My social game was insane, and you didn't get to see that, you know, because kind isn't good TV. Unfortunately, being kind and sweet and nice isn't good TV. People don't like to see that. But there was a point that I had to fall back to who I am, and that's who I am. It's just, you know, wanting to get to know people and be personable. And I did know it really well, and I think maybe I could have won against Will and Rodney.
Talk about how your dad's appearance in the episode kind of reinvigorated your game.
You know, seeing my dad, there's mixed emotions because at that point in the game, I was sick. I almost got like medically cold. I mean, my heart rate and blood pressure were just down.
Did the medic come?
Oh yeah, and they were pulling my records and they're like, you know, are you okay? I had to make that decision. I was so sick and so tired. But seeing my dad, unfortunately, didn't really like something underneath me and made me just be like, oh my gosh, like I feel so sick, like I feel so tired, like I just want my dad. I mean, it was great seeing him, but I don't think it helped any, honestly. It almost was just like, Daddy, take me. I remember him asking me over and over, are you okay? And I just kept saying no. And he was like, but you have to tell me you're okay. And I'm like, if you're asking if I'm physically okay right now, I'm not. Like, I feel like I'm gonna fall over.
Do you have a favorite challenge? There were so many that you were in. What was your favorite?
Right. Favorite challenge. You know, I really liked the water challenge with the basketball that I killed it out there. But I think my favorite challenge, solely because of the reward, would be the one where we went to the orphanage. Just because it was so suspenseful, and they almost won, and then we got to go and do that. So I usually see that one.
I had a dream final 3 with you and Carolyn and Mike. I thought you guys had a really good bond. Unfortunately, it didn't happen that way, but that would have been real. That would have been great TV. Because, I mean, you guys talk about your bond with those two guys.
Mike, I absolutely love him. So close with him. I mean, I spent from day 1 to the day I left on day 37 with him. So we were so tight. It's funny, he'll even tell you that I was the only one in the whole game that blindsided him because we were that close. But
you were blindsided, right? You were shocked that
me that night? Yeah. It's weird. So what happened was I talked to Mike and Carolyn and they're like, we're going Broadway, no doubt about it. We're getting ready to go to Tribal, and I watched Mike sprint across the beach and meet Carolyn, and I watched them interact for like 2 minutes, and I packed my bag and I'm like, I'm going. And it was like, I know. And I know it was last second for him. I think he just like got the picture that she might beat me in that last challenge, and I have to get rid of her.
Final question, what are your thoughts on the second chance season? Is there anyone that didn't get in that you were really rooting for?
No, I was really rooting for Mama C. Obviously, I chose her to win our season. Like, I think she's a heck of a player, and she deserved a second chance. So I was completely shocked that she didn't get to go back.
Us too.
Yeah. Like, my face was her face, like, staring at the screen.
Well, thanks so much.
Thank you. I appreciate it.